Hi everyone, it's Claire back again. So this is my final blue polishes that are not creams or holographics, although some of them, maybe one or two, maybe slightly holographic. One I'm looking at in particular. But they're mainly flakies, Crellies, glitters, more on the sort of bright and dark end of the scale of blues. But I'm going to start with, I've got two actually that do look quite similar, but they are different enough, I think. They're definitely different enough. This one is Mojave Jewel from Six Hearts. And this is a really beautiful turquoise with crushed multi-chrome flakes, and this one I pulled out of the D-stash recently when I was going through looking at digging out some purple nail polishes, and I just thought, why am I getting rid of this one? It's gorgeous. It's bee's knees lacquer, and it's called Ibera. It sounds like a biblical name. I'm not sure if I'm completely butchering that name. Apologies if I am. Let's have a look at Mojave Jewel. Yeah, this is really lovely. Bit of a jelly formula, so will definitely need to be built up in 2 coats. But yeah, that's lovely. Quite a muted turquoisey blue. And then this one here, I won't pronounce it again, but the bee's knees that I pulled out of the D-stash, again, is a kind of jellyish formula, but look at those flakes. They're just amazing. I just love those flakes. So that's the first two. The next one is a little bit brighter. This is opalescent water with, look at the flakes in here. Look at what's in here. That is beautiful. That does look like opalescent water. And I think actually they are glitters rather than flakes. I can actually see they are tiny hexagonal glitters with a shimmer in there, but they're so pretty. That's beautiful. Opalescent water from Enchanted Polish. And it's a bright blue. Definitely a kind of, I can see why it's called opalescent water. This is a really complex polish, but it's one of those that just is very, very eye-catching when you catch in certain lights those flakes. It's definitely going to need a few coats, I think, to be built up, that one. I'm trying to bring the light a bit nearer. Yep, lovely. That'll look better on a second coat, I think. And then a polish for days. This is so pretty. This is called Actaia. Yeah. Don't know what the name means. It's a beautiful polish though. It's such a bright cerulean blue with, look at the shimmers and the flakes in there. It's absolutely mesmerising. My cousin trying to phone me. I'll phone her back. I'm trying to get my hair cut next weekend, and she's got her hairdresser is brilliant. I've not been to see him yet, but she's trying to get an appointment for me. I've not had my hair cut since I was in New York. I went for a haircut when I was over there in Koreatown. So it's been a few months and it needs to be sorted out. But that is, I wish I could pronounce that name. Actaia? Don't know, but it's a beautiful, beautiful polish. And it does look lovely on the nail. This is an unusual one. Look at how glittery this is. It's so bright. This is from that Bad Boys Samuel L. Jackson collection. It's the one that says "Bad Mother Flipper." I can't say that. Well, I can, but not on YouTube. This has got a clear base with so much glitter in it that it's actually it's pretty good coverage just in one coat, but it does need two, and it just looks like crushed glitter on the nail. It's very unusual and extremely bright. So yeah, that is it's the one that says "Bad Mother Bleep." Right, next one is a little bit darker now. We're getting a bit darker. This is Lapis Lazuli, finally something that I can pronounce. And this is from Cirque Colours. Does anybody else think that Cirque Colours has quite it just smells like Tipex to me. There's something about the formula that smells like actual paint. But again, I love this brand. They do some really unusual Crellie formulas. And this one is lovely. So that's Lapis Lazuli. And it looks quite delicate compared to like That's So Loud and Bright, and this one as well. But you can see that multi-chrome flake in there, and there's a real sort of gold shimmer in there as well. This one is a thermal polish. I can't remember off the top of my head what colour it goes, but one of the colours is obviously this dark denim blue, and this is called Nevis. I think it's like a cream and then this denim blue. From the Footwear Creams collection, or Footwear Creams, yeah. This is a collection that's Kat did quite recently, inspired by her trainers or sneaker collection. But yeah, I do like this shade. I'm not sure what transition this is. Obviously it's cold, so I don't know what it's like when it gets warm. I keep moving this. This mat is moving around a lot today. But I like that shimmer, that silver shimmer. Let's move them around. Next one, this is quite similar again. It's a silver shimmer in a darker blue base. This is Stonewash, so again, a kind of denim effect. And this is Cure Bazaar, which is a French brand, and this was again somebody who Anne over in Paris, who sent me some polishes in the very early days of me collecting nail polishes. She's a Game of Thrones YouTube enthusiast and books and TV show. She used to be involved in sort of groups and panel discussions on the show, and she sent me some polish from Paris. But this is a fabulous formula, like almost one coat. She sent me this one and another Cure Bazaar that's it's like a rose gold. So I'm going to be doing like my metallic collections, like silver and gold predominantly. Bronze and copper I don't really have. Got one. I did find the one copper, the Sinful Colours copper that I've got. What's it called? I can't remember, but it's the copper polish that's quite well known, but I can't remember the name of it. I think it is just called like Copper Top or something like that. Okay, next one is, this looks purple now I look at it, but it is a blue. On my nails, by the way, I should have told you this at the beginning perhaps. This is Quixotic polish and it's called I'm Here, and it's got a really lovely pink shimmer. But this was a prototype, and it was a matte, flaky matte collection. And this was the blue one, or bluey purple. Yeah, I'm fairly certain that it dries matte. And it's going to need a few coats to build this up, but you can see the flakes in there, definitely. Flakes and a shimmer, very pretty. And then another Ada's Nails, new bottle shape. This was from the reflective glitter collection, and this was like a seasonal reflectives collection. There we go. And this one is winter. I showed you the autumn one recently when I did my oranges. It's quite thick. This needs to be thinned down, I think. And it was the autumn one is, as you would imagine, a kind of burnt orange, whereas this is obviously like that midnight blue. Hopefully you can catch the effect of those reflective glitters. They're very pretty. This is going to need thinning down a little bit if I can try to do that. But I love these types of polishes, especially in the winter. Yeah, it's lovely. So those reflective glitters. And this one is Starry Starry Night. This was a very famous polish, I think in the 80s, 90s maybe, from Essie, and they re-released it a few years ago, probably about 10 years ago now. And it's not exactly the same formula, but it's still quite pretty. Yeah, it's a good formula. I've got the wide brush and I kind of loaded it there, but it is that inky midnight blue, and you can definitely see the glitters in there. That is really quite pretty. I forget how much I like this one. It's just silver glitters, but they've got the, I think it is silver, maybe, yeah, silver glitters, but they've got the consistency just right, that it is actually a really good formula. And then the last one, I've had this for years. Somebody sent me this, is Cheshire Dog from Crow's Toes, and it is a topper, but it's the brightest blue glitter topper with some massive holographic circle glitters. You can just see one there at the bottom. Let's see if we can capture one on the swatch wheel. This is still, you have to kind of like place it. There's all different types of shapes in here. There's like diamond shapes, massive circle glitters. I don't think we're going to be able to, they're probably sunk down to the bottom. This is the type of topper that looks great over like maybe a pale pastel blue. Oh, there's one. Got one. Caught one. It's like going fishing, isn't it? But yeah, there's one. So if I ever feel in the mood for a chunky glitter, which I never do, but I just want to keep hold of this one because the glitters are so bright, and it's ancient. I can't get rid of it. It's like an old lady. Yeah, there's the circle glitter right in the middle there. In fact, how did I get two of them? No, just one. God, I'm seeing double. It's the fumes coming off these blue nail polishes. But yeah, very chunky. Would need a top coat to calm this down, because it would be quite bumpy, I think. But yeah, I'm going to see if I can get a second coat on these. This one is so bright. And this one is lovely. I love all of them. I just love blue polishes. I find them so calming. But yeah, I'm going to do a second coat and then we can come back and take a closer look. Okay, here we go. Look how pretty these are. You can really see the reflective glitters. And that's the beautiful Starry Starry Night. I'll go from this end. This is Cheshire Dog, which is that chunky glitter. But yeah, it's a mess, but I love it, and I'm going to see if I can. I just like looking at it in the bottle, if nothing else. Starry Starry Night from Essie. Winter from Ada's Nails, which was actually, I just need a way of being able to calm this down a little bit. I think it's once it's on the nail, it's absolutely fine, but it's a bit of a pig to apply. This one does look quite purple on the second coat, but it is still blue, with lots of shimmer in there, and multi-chrome flakes. That's the Claire prototype, but it was definitely a collection that came out a few years ago. It was a matte multi-chrome. That's the Cure Bazaar Stonewash, which is much darker actually on the nail than I thought in the bottle. That's the really pretty Nevis from the Footwear Creams collection, the thermal. I'm going to pull this out, I think, and maybe try and wear it soon, just because I'm curious. I could go on the website and see what the transition colour is. I think it is a creamy colour, but I'm curious. That is Cirque Colours Lapis Lazuli. This one here, the Ada's Nails, it's the one that says Bad Mother Flipper, is absolutely fine in two, like completely opaque in two coats, considering it's a clear base, but just stuffed with those bright, like, it's like a disco, but it's like something from the 70s. It's like the kind of nail polish that you'd wear in 1972 if you could get your hands on it. This one is Actea, however you pronounce it, which is that beautiful cerulean blue stuffed with pink iridescent flakes. That's so pretty. And this one is the opalescent. I wish you could see, there you go, a little bit there. It just like glints like opalescent water. But yeah, that is opalescent water from Enchanted Polish. That one is Ebira. And that needed 3 coats to be opaque, but it is such a beautiful shade, and the glitters are just so noticeable. And then this one is the Mojave Jewel from Six Hearts, which is that muted turquoise shade. I really like this one as well. I love all of them. Yeah, blue, I've got such a soft spot for blue polishes. I think blue is most people's favourite polishes. But yeah, I don't know if you manage to get to the end of these crazy videos that I do, where I just blether on about nail polish, then well done. I wish I could give you a prize. I wish I could push like a bar of chocolate or something through the screen for you. But yeah, thank you for watching. And next up, I think what I'm going to do next are my gold and silver polishes. So yeah, actually we're going through a real sort of Christmassy winter vibe, even though it's probably July, August by the time you're going to be watching them. But yeah, anyway, thank you for watching my insane videos, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.